out here, and then we're going to go live. All right, so we are live. I'm here with our wealthy goddess of the month, Allison Ruhlman. So I'm so excited to have you and to be able to share your very, very, very inspiring story. And I thank you for doing this, because I know that this is very much outside of your comfort zone.
Yes, it is. Thank you. But it's good. It's pushing me, like you said. It's what I need to do. So
yeah.
My daughter even said to me, Mom, the fact that you don't want to do it because you're afraid of it means you have to do it. So I was like, well, if my 11-year-old saying that, then I have to, right? So
well, that says something about you, that you have such a wise little guru.
Yeah, she is very wise.
And you've taught her well. So beautiful. Yes, because we know that, like we say, it's like nothing we want is in our comfort zone, and we definitely have to get uncomfortable in this process. So,
true, totally true.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, awesome. So I want to talk about at the beginning for you. So, like, what were your real estate investing goals coming into the program?
So when I came into the program, I was already in another program that was a really good program, and I had timed out of the coaching. And right around that time, I got an email, one of your emails for your webinar. And I said, oh, let me join that, because my husband and I had met you at a Tony Robbins event, and we really liked you. And he was the one who kept showing me on Facebook, oh, look, Monique's doing this and that. And so I said, oh, let me join. And I went to the event, and my intuition was like, this is something you need to do. Don't sign up for the other thing, which was like 6 months. Sign up for this year program. And and I'm glad I did. Everything else is history at this point. So
amazing. So other than that intuitive voice, what was it that made you say, okay, I want to join the Wealthy Goddess program and the inner circle?
I would say, the thing for me was the fact that it's all women. I also loved your mission about wanting to help 1 million women reach financial freedom through real estate investing, which is something that I really want. And I love that mission. So it was just kind of, the timing was perfect. It's what I want, right? Because I too am an attorney, and I am an attorney, and I would love to be able to not work as an attorney unless I really want to. So, so your story really resonated with me, and it was just something inside me that said, no, do this.
Yeah. And what's happened? So what have you accomplished so far?
Yeah, so I've done a bunch of things, actually. It's funny, when you reached out to me for Goddess of the Month, I'm like, me? Really? Why? And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, maybe. Absolutely. I am a real estate investor. So it's kind of
done a lot.
Yeah. So my husband and I bought 16 acres of land in upstate New York, which it's beautiful. It's down the road from a place that we had purchased right before we started the program. I haven't really done anything with that land just yet, but we have been getting so many cards in the mail and everything about people wanting to buy the land. So we know we're in a good spot there.
Yeah.
And I invested in 4 syndication deals. One is with Ellie Perlman, who I met through one of your mastermind weekends. She's great. One is with Desiree Dubrow, who I also met through your program. Alana Levine, who I also met through your program. She was a fellow goddess. And then one through you as well, an industrial deal. So, when I went to that original webinar, that was kind of some of the things that I really wanted to do, was just get in the game. Yeah. And I've done that in 4 different deals, and they're all performing as projected. So that's great. And, so even if I did nothing else, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah. So that's 5 deals, and you're working on more. So So talk about the latest thing you're doing. You
Yeah.
partnered with another goddess and
Yeah, exactly. So Andrea Zambrana and I have been working really closely together since probably like July, I think, to purchase a multifamily apartment building. We're focusing in Ohio and Florida, and a couple of other markets, Tennessee. Like we're still, it's a difficult market out there, right? Like all these, it's not easy to purchase a building right now because they've appreciated so much, and you need to be careful where you're buying, right?
Right.
But it's so great because we've cultivated really good relationships with realtors in different markets and lenders. So when we get these deals, we've been getting a lot of off-market deals, again, from the relationships with the realtors. So it's great. And what I love, it's like the thrill of the chase too. I love that. So, we're evaluating the deals, throwing the numbers in. We've got a tool, and we're throwing our numbers in and figuring everything out. And we know what we can, what's our cash on cash return going to be? What's our monthly cash flow going to be? Because we're getting into it more for a monthly cash flow situation. We came really close on one property. I prepared the LOI, et cetera. But it turned out the last piece of information we were waiting for didn't necessarily make sense for us to put down as much money as we needed to and get that low of a cash flow. But it's like all of that, we get really excited, and we realize, what, it's still really good because it's such great experience. I feel like the both of us can evaluate a deal like that now.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you get to, and then you'll find it. So,
exactly. And we're looking at one in Florida now. So it's really exciting.
That's amazing. And I love that you've created that partnership through the program, which is what I dream happens. So, as part of the sisterhood,
Absolutely.
You get to create the contacts that will, your partners or places where you can invest. So amazing. So what have you appreciated most about being in the program?
A few things, actually. The accountability pods, which are kind of the daily 15-minute or so calls that we have. It's for me, it's basically been each morning, like Monday through Friday, with 3 or 4 other goddesses. I love those calls. I think they're great. It's just you basically you set your goals for the month, what you want to accomplish, and then you talk about what you're going to do for that particular day in order to help you get closer to reaching your goal. And it's funny, I find myself, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I really need to up that. There really is an accountability there. And it's great because we're all able to support each other. Sometimes people are having a day where they just don't feel comfortable with something that they're doing, or and we're able to support each other, and we're also able to say, hey, what are you doing with this? Like, I haven't heard you talk about that in a while. So it's good. The accountability pods are awesome. The other thing is the mindset work that we do on the Q&As. I love those. Like, we start every Q&A dancing, and then we do breathing. And as a matter of fact, I think I mentioned this during one of those that I started using. You know how you record it? Well, I use it in the morning sometimes. So
amazing.
I'll dance with you and do some breathing before the day starts. So I like that. And then just the amazing women. It's such a great sisterhood. There's so much support and love, and as time goes on, you build even more and more. And each pod, when you have new people in your pod, you meet new people, and they all have different strengths, and you can learn something from everybody. I'm a big believer in that. So even if somebody doesn't have actual experience in real estate, they've got other experience. So so it's really cool.
I love them, and that's true. That's why we rotate them, so that you get to meet all the different women in the community, and it's powerful. So what did you, because you've done some real estate training before. So what did you learn from from this program that you didn't know before?
I knew that relationships are the business, right? Like you need relationships, but in this program and kind of progressing in the program, I've seen that firsthand because I was trying to, number one, do things on my own, and you need the realtors, and you need to have relationship with lenders because not depending on the deal, you may need kind of non-traditional financing and all, and the more relationships you have, the better. And not only that, like there might be a goddess who is looking at a deal or did look at a deal and it wasn't right for them, but they pass it on to a different goddess. So like there's all different ways, but these relationships, it's funny, it's not networking. To me, it's different than networking. Like when I hear the term networking, I'm not a salesperson at all. When I hear networking, I'm like, ugh. It's relationship building, and it's cultivating like relationships and friendships. And through this program, I've seen that really grow in me.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, because they're not superficial relationships. I think as when you get through it and you start to, through the things that we do together, we create sisterhood.
Yeah, exactly. It within the program, and like I said, with the realtors and lenders and even property managers. Like although we don't have a property yet that we need the property managers for, I've spoken to a number of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and that too gets me out of my comfort zone, making those calls. So it's all good.
But you've been doing it. I love it. So what's one piece of advice that you would like to give a woman who's at the beginning of her journey with real estate investing?
So I would say, don't let fear stop you. Like, everybody, it's so many, even goddesses who have so much experience. I hear always, fear kind of can creep in one form or another, and just be aware of that. Don't let fear stop you, but fear is also a good thing, right? Like it can keep you protected in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to find that balance. You don't want to jump into a deal that you really don't know anything about. You need to do your due diligence. But I think most people fear the unknown, and this is new to most of us. But it won't be as you're going along. You become much better at it. So just kind of go through that fear, like you said. That the best things in life, if you think back on all the things good that have happened in your life, 9 times out of 10, you had to get through some fear to get there. And
absolutely.
And people know that, I think, but it's just, I find that that's helpful to remind people. And then the other piece of advice is, no matter who you're going to invest with, or who you're working with, you do want to make sure that you do your background checks. Like even if it's just a Google search, it's a good thing, just to know for sure who you're working with, make sure your values are aligned, etc.
Absolutely. All right. So what's your next big real estate investing goal? And it might be what we've already talked about, but
yes.
Yeah.
I would like to purchase 3 multifamily apartment buildings in 2022. And yes, and with that, I would like my husband to be able to retire from his job, and come work with me full time in real estate investing, because he loves it as well, but he hasn't been able to at this point. And myself, I've stopped. I'm not working as an attorney right now. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely, I mean, I love real estate, and I've done, I don't know how many, 26 years or whatever as an attorney, and I'm kind of ready for something else. That said, it may be difficult to finance some things if I don't have a W-2. So I'm trying to find that balance.
W-2s are helpful for certain kinds of financing.
For
So,
certain kinds,
yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, so the biggest thing for me is to purchase three multifamily apartment buildings in 2022.
Yes. All right. I'm here for that. Okay. So would you recommend the Wealthy Goddess program? And if so, why?
Yeah, so for me, the biggest things that I've gotten out of the program are the relationships, number one. I mean, it's just, I can't, it's such a sisterhood. There's so much support. It's so much fun. So I love that. The mindset, because we know fear is a big thing for a lot of people. And you talk about that almost every Q&A, and we kind of just go um, through different avenues that you can take to kind of get yourself out of fear. And that is huge. And it's become a habit for me. Like I catch myself, I know when I'm like, oh, that's fear again. So that's really helpful. And the accountability pods. I mean, you really can't beat that. I've never had that anywhere else. In the other program, we did not have that. And I just can't say enough about them. I find them very, very helpful.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, and also, I was talking to my husband about this, and he said, the deals that you're in right now, there's no way you would have been in these deals without this program. I'm like, oh, you're right. That's so true. It's really true. So
Yeah, we do try to facilitate your deal finding so
yeah.
that we just want to empower women. So I love it. Thank you. We're going to end with a trinity, which is a
Okay.
brag, a gratitude, and a desire. So what is your brag?
So my brag is the consistency with which I've been sourcing deals and evaluating deals to get me to my goal. I know I will reach this goal in 2022. I know it. I'm so close. And not only the consistency, but the enjoyment while I'm doing it. I just really enjoy it. So I'm psyched about that.
Well bragged.
Yeah. Gratitude, I say this all the time, but it's so true. I'm so thankful for my amazing husband and my daughter, because they're really supportive with me doing this, and they really have the confidence in me. They know that I can do it. They've seen me do it, right? And they know it. They came with me when I took a trip to Ohio to go meet one of the realtors, and they loved it. My daughter's dying to go back to Ohio. She's like,
like walk property.
So that's a gratitude. And desire is, again, to purchase 3 multifamily apartment buildings in 2022 and fully replace my attorney income in 2022.
Yes. So shall your desire be, or so much better than you can imagine, under grace and in perfect ways, with fairy dust on top. Bippity boppity boo.
Fairy dust. Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations again. You've been, it was like what, five deals last year?
Yeah.
Not
Absolutely.
bad.
Not bad at all. I know. Like I said, I was like, me? Oh, yeah, me.
Yeah, not bad considering you were working full time most of that. And
For a good part of it. Yeah.
yeah. So amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm excited that you're still in our sisterhood. And I can't wait to see you get these 3 deals or more this year and retire yourself from your job and get the Financial Freedom Award.
Yes, that would be awesome. I would be very excited.
Yeah, me too. All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right.